guys, this is Jerry's Garage. We're back out in the shed because after we fixed the hose on the Whirpool washer, found out that the lid switch was no good. I ran it through a cycle and it stopped agitating. When I pushed down on the hood, on the lid of the washer, it started agitating again. Okay, so we bought the part right here. This part was $10. Okay, it's a Whirpool part, I believe. I'll put the where I bought it and all the description, blah blah blah, all that. Now, I'm trying to focus on people that have never done really home improvement or seems scary or whatever, because simply put, most of this stuff is so easy you'll feel bad that you hadn't been doing it your whole life. Okay, it's not hard. People have thrown out washers. I've seen people throw washers to the curb because the lid switch was no good and they didn't know how to fix it, and they thought it was something way over their head, and it's not. It's really not. It's like cars or anything else you can fix. It's not as bad as it seems. Okay, and you can call a repairman, but they're going to take every dime they can from you. Or you could, give it a shot yourself, buy the part for way less than they're going to sell it to you for the name on it, and be done. And you're very happily or unhappily doing your laundry again. Depending on if you like doing laundry or not. Me, I personally hate doing laundry, but, necessary evil, because I can't afford new clothes every day. So, I'm going to show you how to do this. It's not hard. Okay. I'm going to show you an easier way to do it, because I see a lot of people doing this, okay, without actually removing the cabinet, which makes doing this, to me, easier. All right, especially if you've never done it before. So let's see what we can see here. Okay, so this is the washer. Same one as I worked on the other time in the other video. We replaced the hose that was in here. Okay, there's two screws, one on this side, one on this side, and they're in the back here and here, and they point kind of straight up. You got to kind of lean over to get to them. You unbolt them, you unscrew them. Okay, then you just got to work that loose. All right, and kind of screw around with it a little bit. All right, oops, almost lost my wedding band. Get trying to get the wife, and lean it back. Okay, you got a tab here, a tab here, and a tab here. All right, they're kind of offset. You got holes here. All right, these holes are where these go, and that's how you get it to go back in. Then you screw down the screws. Now, right here is the lid switch wiring right here. So you want to undo that, and you just, there's a tab in the front. Okay, that you pull out. Well, you can use a screwdriver like you just saw me do. And that's that. Then you push that aside a little bit, and then there's another tab here that you can get the screwdriver in. Just push it in, push it down on one side. Then you go to the other side, you push in, and this is all self-explanatory, and it'll fall through. And now you've disconnected this from the cabinet. Now say the cabinet, oh my God, how are we going to get that off? Blah, 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 blah. Simple. These clips, there's one here, there's one here. Okay? They're not screwed in. They're actually kind of like spring clips, more or less. You stick a screwdriver through the hump in the front, pull towards you, they release. That's simple. Same thing on the other side, it releases. That simple. You take this, lean it forward, and pull it out. First, move the garbage can that's always in the way, because, you know, that's important. And pull it out. Okay? We got way too much crap in this dang shed. Alright, now you can lay it on its back. That's the thing you pop through right there. That is your lid switch right there. This is the wiring for it. That's a ground wire. That has to come out first. This is the two screws holding in the actual switch. This is the switch right here. Okay, you stick, that should make a noise every time you, a clicking noise every time you close the lid. It should. This one does not, because it's worn out. And this is an old washer. Okay, so absolutely those screws have to come out. And of course, apparently bringing a Phillips head screwdriver was way too much for me, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is the clip. Now and again, and it probably will, it falls off, especially when they're old. Okay, it's really nothing. It's not a big deal. You take a pair of pliers, and I'm really using the wrong kind, but these will work just fine. You stick it on the end on this little side here. Okay, this little side, because that's the part that goes on the machine. And you crimp it just a little bit so that when you put it back on, it may be a little hard getting on, but it'll stay. Okay? All right. Then, what you do is you got to put this on, and then you could put your switch, the plastic tube, into it. Then you got to hook up the ground wire again, and then you can hook up the switch. So we'll show you how to do that. It's real simple. Okay, what I do, and because I have a space problem, is I put my switch, let me step into this dang thing, because apparently there's not enough room in here actually, is I put this all the way to the bottom, like that, where it will fit on the side when you go to put it in, and you're pretty close to where the ground screw goes, which is right there. Okay, and then you take this, and right on this lip in here, okay, there's a lip right there. You want to make sure you get that in the thing, and then you just slide what you just crimped right over the lip, like that. And it's in there nice and tight, and it's quite the beautiful thing, really. Okay, then you get your, I personally use a socket. Okay, I use a socket. Where the hell is my ground screw? I swear to God, my kingdom for, oh, there it is. Okay, I take this, and we find the hole that it came out of. All right, we can get it started by hand, probably, I would think. Okay, and you do that until it doesn't move anymore, and then you just use your socket to tighten this back up. Now your ground wire is in there nicely. Okay, then all you got left is to hook up the actual switch itself. The lid switch goes here. Now you've already got your two screws, so you stick one in your mouth so you don't drop it. You find your switch, okay, and you stick it up near these holes, you know, and you get the screw started, which is going to be, there we go, that's, nope, that wasn't one, there, nope, okay, why is that happening? All right, so it may take a little working around to get it. All right, the screws don't screw in the minute they hit the hole because the threads are, or the solid part of the thread holes is towards the back of the switch. So you have to be very careful on how you do this. Okay, it may take a minute or two, but take your time, you'll get it. Okay, then you screw in one side. All right. And then you take the screw on the other side and you tighten that one up until they're very nice and tight and beautiful. Okay. And it's in, well, see, now that's still not that great. So, also helps when you use the right size screwdriver, but this is the one I grabbed, so this is the one we're using. Anyway, nice and slow and gentle. Okay. I know we watch a lot of YouTube videos where guys are slamming stuff around, but I have news for you folks. Slow and gentle will do the job 9 times out of 10. A lot quicker than let's just ape everything and be tough guys. Okay, so now it's in. You push down. You can hear that click. Nice. Okay. Throw your screwdriver up there and you close the lid. You can hear it. Okay, you hear the clicking noise. It's beautiful, really. Now we're ready to put the whole damn thing back together. Except for one thing that I forgot because I'm an idiot. All right, the wire has to come back. Where the hell is it? Okay, last thing we got to do is grab the socket. Okay. Now there's 2 holes here. This particular one goes in the bigger hole. I mean, you can look at it and tell it's not going to fit here. It's going to fit here. Also, there's a clip on this. Okay, right here. That's the one you pull. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one right here. That when you hook up the machine wiring to this, will make that work. Okay, so this here should be towards the front. Now you gotta work it in here. There's also I guess oh no, I didn't lie. Okay, there's actually a little knob here. Okay, and there's a slot here. Okay. So if you look at it, you can tell how it goes in. It's not a problem. Okay, see how easy that went in? You push it up until you can't push anymore. Pull down on it, not overly hard, but it's not going anywhere. Okay? Now we're ready to put the cabinet back on and hook up the, actually the wiring harness from the washer. Hook that back up and we should have a working, completely working washing machine, which is nice if you don't want to look homeless. So there you go. So you lift back, you kind of aim it in here, get it around the 5,000 things you have, push this down like that. Okay? So right over there. So here, and you push it in here. If you can't do it by hand, just use a screwdriver, any flat anything. Okay, let me move this a little better. All right, you can use a screwdriver, whatever. You push down on the hump that you can't see because my camera work sucks. All right, you push down on this hump right in the front and it'll go right into that hole. Wooly wooly, you're good. Now, there's 2 of them, so you got to do the other one. Okay, and I don't have this on here correctly. I can tell because it's, for some reason, looks okay. So I got this back together. All right. Sometimes, I don't have a lot of space out here. But if you got the space in your laundry room, pull the machine out. It's a lot easier to work on. Okay? There's a lip on the bottom of the frame for the actual washer. The body on this one goes up under the frame on 3 sides. And the way you can tell that you've got it right is when these are in, okay, the body does not move. Okay? Doesn't come up, doesn't go sideways, nothing. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. There ain't a lot holding this on together. Okay? And this clip and this clip, you should be able to tell because they actually, when they go in there, they feel like they go in there. All right? This ain't hard, folks. I'm telling you. It's not. I could have done this entire job in 10 minutes for $10. Okay, the guy comes out and does it. He may do it in 5. Okay? But he's going to charge you way more than $10 out of this video or doing this yourself. Number one, you've done it yourself. You've done something you've never done in your life. And you did it. Okay? Number two, you will gain confidence in being able to tackle other small projects or even a larger one. Okay? And believe it or not, in life, that is exceedingly, exceedingly important. Confidence in being able to do things is like no other feeling you've ever had. Okay? Now, I'm talking to like young people, women, whatever, who have never done this. And some women do it better than I do. They certainly can video something better than I can. However, in the end, okay, most men too, wouldn't bother with this. They call a repairman. We have this or we have that. You're going to pay for insurance on your appliances. That's going to cost a ton of money. And none of these appliances are that hard to work on. They're not. You could take apart an entire stove and it's not hard. Just a bunch of screws. That's it. And you don't need a lot of tools. For this job, I used a flathead screwdriver. I used a Phillips head screwdriver, even though it was too big, but you know, I could have used a smaller one. I used this ratchet with an extension and a socket. Okay. And I used these pliers, which technically are the wrong ones, but you could use any household pliers. You know, not the huge ones, you know, like, you know, plumbing pliers, but regular, everyday pliers. You don't have to spend a bunch of money on tools. You can get them as cheap as you want. All right. And what happens? You just make sure you kind of take care of them. Every now and again, you probably get a socket to break or something. You go replace it for a few bucks. Go to Harbor Freight. They got all the tools you need, and they're way cheaper than buying brand name. Okay, because you're not using these for a living. You're using these for a house. In Harbor Freight, if you're just using hand tools for your house, they'll last you forever. Okay, have a toolbox around the house with just the basic stuff. You go into the store, I need the basic stuff. I'll guarantee you, for probably $100 or less, you'll get the basic stuff. That's it. And then you can grow your tool collection by the jobs you do. Well, I got to have this to do that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, and you go and get it. All right, I haven't borrowed tools from anybody in years. Now, I've been collecting them a lot longer than some people. All right, but nevertheless, okay, I have a tool for to fix everything in this house. And I've saved thousands of dollars doing it, and so can you. All right, I'm going to start putting this the head back together here, because as you can see, it's kind of hard to deal with. So let me just lower this down, and we're going to get this project done. We're going to run this through a cycle. All right, so anyway, there goes that damn shelf I built that sucks. Okay, so you got these here, here, and here. You got 3 holes, okay? You pull this, and let them fall into the holes, push back, and it ain't going nowhere. Then you take your screws from back on this side and this side and screw them in. That's Phillips head. Okay, that's it. And this ain't going nowhere. Nice and sturdy. Okay? I brought out a flashlight. Because sometimes you need it to see, especially when you don't sleep at night and it's dark. And the lighting in here is made for doing laundry. It's not made for working on stuff. Okay, and I'm fat and old and bald, and so you can understand. Okay? And that's it. Now, there's something I didn't say at the beginning of the video. I know. Working on electrical stuff of any kind, working on stuff that has mechanical things that move. And as much as I'm old school, this is absolutely true. Okay, and off camera I did do this. Unplug the machine. Anything you work on, especially electrical, you unplug the machine because you take a chance of shorting stuff out or hurting yourself or causing a fire. If you're working on your car, you always disconnect the battery. Okay, I don't care what you're doing. Any mechanical thing that moves, anything mechanical thing that or electrical thing, you unplug it from the electricity. In some cases, it's worth, when you unplug it from the electricity, it's worth waiting a few seconds before you get started because there's usually capacitors or there's this in there and you want the electricity to drain. Okay? Simple stuff. I will make sure I've already, by the time you see this, I've already edited and put that in the front of the video. And, if you want to wear safety glasses and you want to wear gloves, wear, these here, these little screws, wearing like gloves, for me, I can't. Okay, I got arthritic fingers. It's hard enough to hold on to them. Trying to wear gloves and do that, and I've never wore. I wear safety glasses if I'm grinding metal. That's about the size of it. I'm old school. I've been doing it this way my whole life. I'm not going to change, but you do what you want because that's what I believe in. Everybody gets to do what they want, and I believe that if that's what you want to do, you should wear all that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to run this through a cycle, make sure it goes through the entire cycle, and tomorrow we'll be doing laundry. I appreciate everybody watching. Please like, share, and if you like the videos, as bad as they may be, okay, because my cameraman Michelle, is in bed, sleeping, like a normal human being. So, but, if you like the videos, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to build this channel into something. And this is not for people who know how to do this or are good with their hands or good with tools. This is for like newcomers who have no clue. Because most of the stuff I've done around here, I've never done in my life. And I learned how to do it. Simple. And you want to know how I learned how to do it? YouTube videos. Who knew? Y'all have a great night. Take care.